So today we had the NFP report. Why don't we check the numbers to see how many jobs were added? I'm sure it was a really strong report. Let's check it out. Okay, I'm looking for it. All I can see here is this red dot here, but the EdgeFinder must be glitching. Oh my gosh, 12,000 jobs added to the US economy compared to the freaking forecasted 106,000. What a ginormous miss, and I'm sure the market is crashing on this, right?
Nope.
Stock market's higher on this jobs data as we've got a complete miss of jobs data. Or, finally, you ready for the full circle? The real reason why the market is actually up is because it wasn't an entirely bad miss.
Explain yourself.
It's going to be confusing at first, and I understand the people who are being like, what in the heck in the world, and what is this, Nick? Well, let me show you. We did have a complete miss on the number of jobs added, but arguably the saving grace for this overall kind of jobs data point here today was the unemployment rate, which also came in pretty much flat. So we got a mixed report. In fact, during the live stream today, I actually did a bit of a detailed overview breaking down this report. So I want you to check this out really quick. How does the EdgeFinder actually score this report in terms of bias towards the US dollar? Okay, it missed. It missed here. That's a -1 score for the dollar index and for all dollar crosses. So it's a knock on the dollar. Unemployment rate. Did it beat, miss, or meet expectations? This is how the EdgeFinder is functioning, by the way. I'm revealing the secret, powerful algorithm that runs the market. Oops, shouldn't have said that. Just kidding. EdgeFinder is not a secret. It's not mystical powers. It's just economic data made practical. 4.1%. 4.1%. came out, 4.1% was forecasted. Would this be a +1, a -1, or a 0? The answer is a 0. Why would it be a +0 for the dollar? Well, because it didn't beat expectations. We didn't go down in unemployment rate, which would have been really good for the dollar, and we didn't go up, so we just call it even. So what's the final score that the EdgeFinder, without bias, does? Dollar, slightly bearish read on jobs print today. Does this make sense? This is why people sometimes look at the EdgeFinder and they say, I could just, I don't need to buy that. And you don't. You could do what you want. You can watch these streams, you can watch these videos. They're free unless we go on vacation. Then you're playing with your hands like this and just, where's Nick? Don't be that guy. There are those guys. And trust me, you don't want to rely on me. Like, you don't want to sit here poaching the YouTube channel to try and get information and then frustratingly waiting for me to pull something up that you want to do, right? Just get this offer. It's 45% off right now. Anyways, this is how we score it. So now when we go over to the EdgeFinder, that's how this category for jobs is getting scored in the underlying software. So as you can see, I actually would give the overall report for the NFP report today kind of a C+, not a great score. That being said, the stock market is up higher, and it's because, this is the tricky thing about markets. There's so many moving parts. We had Amazon earnings that came in and smashed expectations, and this is a really important signal of the consumer strength. So on one front, we had some good data out of the stock market, and at the same time, we had Apple, which was not a great report, but is only down by 0.5%. So two ginormous stock market players, who of course make up a big chunk of the overall stock market weighting, performed pretty good in their earnings reports. I wouldn't say Apple was great, but I wouldn't say it was abysmal, but Amazon was pretty dang good. Now, what is more confusing and harder for me to defend is the bounce back that we've seen in the dollar. This actually was sort of a miss, in my opinion, for NFP for the dollar. So I would have kind of expected the dollar to continue to stay lower. In fact, this was, as I mentioned a moment ago, slightly bearish leaning for the US dollar in my personal view. That being said, there's some weird kind of things and caveats to consider right now. For example, the election right around the corner and the expectations of high spending by both potential presidential candidates. Both of them have big plans to spend a lot of money, whether you like them or dislike them, and regardless of whether you think it's the right way to spend it or not. Point being, it is expected that both presidential candidates will likely spend a lot of money, causing to potentially, in my opinion, and maybe the bond markets too, a floor in inflation and a floor in how far the Fed cuts rates. Speaking of rates, we can take a look at the 10-year Treasury bond yield, and you can see it's actually up on the day. Crazy, right? We completely reversed. We were down here this morning, bounced back sharply. Gold, meanwhile, had a bit of a bounce off of this data point, but now giving back some of those gains at the time of recording, trading around $27.50. Price action on the daily chart still looks very strong, and in my personal opinion, I think gold dip buys make a lot of sense. I'm just not currently getting the right signal from the EdgeFinder. You can see it's currently not available on the top setups page, and if we include neutrals to see what gold's score currently is, it's getting a neutral +1, boosted slightly by the employment data missing this morning. While we're looking at the EdgeFinder, let me make sure that I remind you of what just kicked off. For this month only, we are doing our biggest discount of the entire year, and actually the biggest cost reduction on the price of the EdgeFinder that we've ever done ever. Using the first link in the description down below, you can chat with a member of our team who will hook you up with a massive 40% off discount for the tool. All the promo code and information can be found down below in the description. And today, if you send a direct message using the first link in the description, we'll do an extra 5% off for you as a subscriber to the YouTube channel. I really appreciate your support. If you're somebody who regularly watches my content and is considering getting a copy of this tool, this is the best chance to do so. I am absolutely in love with this product. It's like I have a wife, but this is my side chick. Never mind. The EdgeFinder is worth the money. I have worked on this with my team for the last few years to make it what I believe to be one of the best products in the marketplace for aspiring fundamental analysis traders. If fundamentals are something you know matter, but they're a little daunting to you, then ta-da, that's why we're in business. We build great tools for traders who want to track things, like the top setups algorithm, tracking economic data, technical readings, sentiment data, and so much more. We also allow within our tool people to track the commitment of traders' data in a very easy to digest data visualization software, and so much more all in one place. So don't miss out on the discount. First link in the description will get you 45% off the EdgeFinder for a limited time. So the dollar index on the daily chart is not necessarily cratering like maybe I would have guessed when I first saw that 12,000 jobs added. By the way, Chandler, what's the population of the United States?
346,048,081.
Okay, yeah, so if that's the population of the United States that you just showed us on the screen there, then 12,000 of that is a tiny, tiny percentage of that. So really, really small jobs gains. That being said, last month we did have really strong jobs gains, massive jobs gains compared to forecasted, though they did revise the number down a little bit. That was still a decently strong report, followed by this month's kind of data that was pretty weak. And the Bitcoin trade is going pretty strongly here. It actually looked like I was going to get stopped out there. Price pulled back down to this level of support, and I was like, okay, it's been nice, Bitcoin. I really enjoyed the fun. Oh, we're back in the game. So Bitcoin's going okay. I'm going to look to trail my stop loss further. If we can take out these highs, if we start making higher moves, then great. I can look to lock in a further profit on this trade here for Bitcoin. I'm also long the NASDAQ off of the daily chart. I really liked this setup. Now, the EdgeFinder doesn't have a bullish reading on the NASDAQ anymore, but yesterday it did, and that trade setup was one that I took. So I get this question sometimes, Nick, how do you manage a trade if the EdgeFinder is no longer bullish on something that you're in a long or bearish on something that you're short? But what I do personally is the way I don't close trades just because the EdgeFinder's score may have flipped. I just manage them from there. So in this case, I had a bullish reading yesterday. That was why I got into the trade. There's no longer a bullish rating, but if we start to take out highs and we just trend higher anyways in the month of November, then I'll just look to trail stops and manage this trade, but I'm going to be cautious to add anything more to it at this time. Chinese stocks are a little bit higher here. The VIX is coming down by 8.3%. The Nikkei is a bit higher on this morning, and silver is, after pulling back a little bit, trying to bounce, but metals having a bit of a weird day, a bit of a back and forth day off of this mixed NFP report this morning. Oil prices are lower. However, we did get some data out of some of the key names in the oil and gas stocks world. Chevron had their earnings, and CVX, which is Chevron, also had theirs. Chevron putting up a 4% gain on the day. not bad at all. And speaking of some of my current positions, especially on the stock side, my Google covered calls are looking okay. Google was up a big chunk on earnings, which was not great for my covered calls per se, but I would have taken the profit if I had gotten called away. That being said, I've got a couple different plays going on that I added recently within our VIP room. I do trade stocks and options in there as well. So I've been selling some puts. I sold some Microsoft puts, PayPal puts, Tesla puts, JP Morgan, Uber, BITO. Some of these are actually expiring for max profit today, which is great. And I'm using our brand new tool for all of this. The StockBox is our brand new tool that launched today at midnight, actually. So if you don't have access to the top stocks radar, the top sectors, if you're a stock person and you made it to the end of this video, make sure to check out this for your Black Friday offers as well. We're currently offering 45% off. If you would like more information, again, use the first link in the description. I know a lot of Black Friday plugs today, but I do want to reiterate, no cap, as the kids say. These are the best prices that we do all year, so don't miss it. If you're a regular fan of the channel, get yourself these tools, start using them. I'm very confident that you'll see the great value that they offer to the thousands of traders currently using them and supporting our work all over the world. Thanks guys for watching. Have a great day. If you're looking for a better brokerage, then stick around for a second. I'm going to tell you how you can get some free sign-up perks with great brokerages all around the world. Whether you trade FX or indices, commodities, futures, all of the above, I'm going to show you a really cool way that you can get free sign-up perks with your new account. So if you're interested in switching into a different brokerage, you can get things like deposit bonuses or free stock shares, or you can even get access to some of our products for completely free. All you have to do to find out current perks being offered to new depositors is go to a1trading.com/brokers. That's a1trading.com/brokers. And as you look at that page, you'll see all these different offerings that we've currently locked down for you guys as subscribers, as viewers. Now, of course, we get something out of this. If you choose to use these links, you'll be supporting our page. But in return for the viewers, we've got great sign-up perks available for you guys so that you get some free game just by signing up for a brokerage if you're looking to do so. So check it out on our website. You can find current deals at a1trading.com/brokers. Thanks for watching this video, and on the screen right now you'll see some other options of other videos we put together that might be helpful to you in your trading career. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.